Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Listening Room. In today's episode, you are going to listen to a personal and meaningful story about an exciting activity that challenged me both physically and mentally. This story is about climbing a mountain. It is not a story about extreme sports or professional athletes. It is a story about planning, preparation, and following a clear plan step by step. Through this experience, you will hear how careful planning, self-discipline, and listening to your body can help you face difficult situations with confidence and calm. This podcast is designed especially for intermediate English learners around B2 level who want to improve their listening and practice shadowing. You do not need advanced vocabulary to understand this story. I want to start by explaining why this story matters to me. For a long time, my life felt stable and safe, but also predictable. Every day looked almost the same. I would wake up in the morning, go to work, come back home in the evening, and repeat the same routine. Again and again. There was nothing wrong with my life, but something was missing. I felt comfortable, but I did not feel challenged. At some point, I realized that comfort can slowly turn into stagnation if we never push ourselves beyond what feels easy. That was the moment when I started looking for an activity that could challenge me both physically and mentally. I did not want something dangerous or impulsive. I wanted something meaningful. That is when the idea of climbing a mountain came into my mind. At first, the idea sounded unrealistic. I was not an experienced climber, and I had never done anything similar before. But instead of rejecting the idea immediately, I decided to approach it logically. I asked myself a simple question: what would it take to do this safely and responsibly? That question changed everything. I started by researching the mountain carefully. I learned about its height, the difficulty of the trail, and the average time needed to complete the climb. I read personal stories from people who had climbed it before me. Their experiences taught me something important. Most failures do not happen because of a lack of strength, but because of poor planning and overconfidence. So I focused on preparation. I broke the project into smaller steps, just like I would do at work. First, I worked on my physical condition. I did not train aggressively. Instead, I focused on consistency. I walked longer distances, used stairs instead of elevators, and paid attention to my posture and breathing. Second, I worked on my mindset. I knew that mental fatigue could be just as dangerous as physical exhaustion. I imagined difficult moments during the climb and practiced responding calmly instead of panicking. Finally, I prepared my equipment carefully. I made a checklist and reviewed it several times. Knowing that I was prepared gave me confidence long before the climb began. On the morning of the climb, I woke up earlier than usual. Surprisingly, I did not feel nervous. Instead, I felt focused and clear-minded. I followed my routine calmly, checked my equipment one last time, and left home without rushing. When I arrived at the base of the mountain, I stopped for a moment. I looked up and took a deep breath. The mountain was quiet and powerful, and I felt a deep sense of respect. I reminded myself that this was not a competition. There was no need to prove anything to anyone. The only goal was to follow my plan and listen to my body. The first part of the trail was relatively easy. The path was clear, and my energy level was high. I walked at a steady pace and focused on breathing rhythmically. I paid attention to small details such as the sound of the wind and the feeling of the ground under my feet. These details helped me stay present. Instead of thinking about the summit, I focused on the current moment. This made the climb feel manageable instead of overwhelming. I took short breaks regularly, even when I did not feel tired. This was part of my plan, and I trusted it. As I climbed higher, the terrain began to change. The path became steeper, and the ground was more uneven. My legs started to feel heavy, and my breathing became deeper. This was the moment when experience mattered. Instead of pushing harder, I slowed down. I adjusted my pace and accepted the discomfort instead of fighting it. Emotionally, this was the most challenging part. There were moments when doubt appeared. Questions like, "Why am I doing this?" and "Is it worth the effort?" entered my mind. Each time that happened, I returned to my original purpose. This climb was not about reaching the top. It was about discipline, patience, and self-trust. I divided the climb into small goals. Just reach the next rock, then rest, then continue. This simple strategy helped me stay calm and focused. At a certain point, the wind became stronger and the temperature dropped. I put on my jacket and adjusted my equipment. I noticed signs of fatigue, both physical and mental. Instead of ignoring them, I acknowledged them. I drank water, ate some food, and rested longer than before. Listening to my body was not a weakness, it was a skill. Fear also appeared, especially when the path felt narrow or unstable. When fear appeared, I did not try to eliminate it. I simply accepted it and moved carefully. Fear, when managed properly, can improve focus instead of causing panic. As I got closer to the summit, the environment changed again. The air felt thinner, and the view opened gradually. I could see the landscape below me, and everything looked smaller and calmer. This gave me energy. I realized that the hardest part was already behind me. Still, I did not rush. I reminded myself that many accidents happen near the end when people lose focus. I stayed present and continued step by step. Reaching the summit was a quiet moment. There was no loud celebration, no dramatic reaction. I simply stood there, looked around, and breathed. The view was wide and peaceful. At that moment, I felt proud, not because I had achieved something impressive, but because I had followed through with my plan. The preparation, the patience, and the discipline had all come together. The descent required just as much attention as the climb itself. Fatigue made every step more sensitive. I moved carefully, kept my balance, and stayed focused. When I finally reached the base of the mountain, I felt physically exhausted but mentally clear. I knew that this experience had changed me. This climb taught me several important lessons. First, exciting activities are not about risk alone. They are about preparation and responsibility. Second, planning does not limit freedom, it creates it. Because I had a clear plan, I was able to enjoy the experience instead of fearing it. Finally, I learned that confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. My name is Anna, and this was my story. It was not about conquering a mountain. It was about planning carefully, executing patiently, and trusting myself along the way. Thank you for listening to the English Listening Room.